Got some good news, guys. I got all the major parts so I can throw this car together and start to begin the mock-up phase of the engine. Do the for real mock-up. Right now it's just sitting in the car. So this is the major part that we've been waiting on. This is the revised version of the adapter plate, so it's 20 degree. I'll kind of go through that more in the video, but let's get started. So before we get into the video, I want to say a huge thank you to Perry, the person who made this. This is obviously a billet part, which is what I've been waiting on. He actually sent me his first version, which was a 30 degree slant, which is normally what the M50 is slanted at. And he makes these for the E30, which is apparently normally a 20 degree slant engine, which is the M20. This is obviously a newer engine, so they leaned it over probably for packaging reasons to keep the hood line low and everything. But so this adapter adapts GM trans to a M50, M52, M54, and I think it'll adapt N series as well. But what we're going to be using is the M50 non-Vanos with Vanos equipped. Prior, I did get some powder coating done. I'm not super happy with the job, but it is what it is. I probably jumped the gun on it. I should have been spending my money elsewhere. We've got a mock-up power glide. It's just a stock case. So we're going to pull this out, and then we're going to hook up this adapter. No torque converter yet, because obviously I'm still working on my Valiant, so I'm not trying to spend a bunch of money. I'm trying to consolidate parts so that my garage isn't just an explosion of every project that I have in here. In this video, we're going to be working on this. We'll kind of talk through what the plans are for this. Obviously, I said it last time, but it's going to mainly be a hand-me-down parts thing. We've got the old billet 7875 VS turbo, and this is what I had on the Valiant last year. So we're going to be using this. We're going to be using the old wastegate setup, the old blow-off valve setup off of last year, and kind of planning on doing a aftermarket case glide in the Valiant. So if I do that, then that power glide will come and be put in this car. Originally, I don't think I want to do a trans brake in this car, but the plans may change. I don't know. I don't plan on caging it a bunch, so I don't really think I need a trans brake, but we'll get into the video. So first things first, I gotta get this car kind of positioned to where I can even get the cherry picker to it. As I said before, my dad's El Camino's there, so we're going to kind of put it on an angle here so that I can get the cherry picker into it. I have to move all my parts out of the way, so let me situate. Alright, now that we're situated, go ahead and lift the engine out. Start hooking up everything, test fitting. It's already been test fit, so I know it does work on the engines anyways. I assume that it'll, Chevy stuff's pretty standard. But we're going to go ahead and bolt them together and then shove it back in. I do have a Stifler's power glide to Foxbody tubular cross member. So my game plan with that is to set that up where the power glide is supposed to go, hook the power glide up to it, and then lower it until the driveline angle is good, and then I'll build the mounts. I don't have any mount stock or any bushings or anything to do the engine mounts in this video, but we're going to position it and show you guys what it looks like. So while it's out, I might as well show you guys, you know, kind of what the car's got. I don't know whose K member this is. Obviously it used to be a 302 mount. Somebody chopped it off and had it for motor plates. I had an SN95 K member that didn't fit very good. See it over there behind the trash. I was gonna put that in there, and all the holes on the frame rail just did not line up. So I ended up going with this one. This one fit better. I think I paid 150 bucks for this one. It's pretty well used and abused, beat up, but it's a pretty good quality one, it seems. Bolted right in. QA1 arms, I think I paid 125 for them used. It's got strange single adjustables on it with old UPR caster camber plates, and I think those were 60 bucks. The struts were 225 for the pair with the coilover kit. And it's got welds on it. I didn't pay very much. I think I paid 50 bucks for them. The only thing new so far on the car, going with the budget hand-me-down stuff, is the rack, and it's because I could not find a manual rack anywhere. This car obviously was power steering, as well as 90% of the other Fox bodies I ever see in Michigan were power steering. I don't know why. So that's a Flaming River rack. I think I paid $3 something for it. Just trying to get it to kind of be a roller again, because it sat with tie rods and stuff off of it for a while, and I was like, well, I'm not going to find a used one. I might as well just bite the bullet and buy one. So I bought that. I had the bushings because I bought a bunch of Foxbody parts for this car that I put Foxbody steering in, so had all that stuff. I think that's it so far. The only thing I don't have is obviously my steering coupler. I tried to use the stock one, but apparently I need to use a U-joint setup. They sell something, I just haven't done it yet because it's a roller, and honestly it's on these little push around wheels, so makes it easier to move in and out when I'm not working on it. But so far that's the car. As you can see, there's no rust. It is spotless. I did show you guys the kind of the bubble in the quarter. It's not really a bubble, it's cottage cheese, but somebody smucked it with something, and then kind of put some half-dried Bondo in it. It's not very bad. There's no rust on the inside or anything, but it's a pretty solid car. All right, let's get the bolting this together then. There's actually a clearance cut here for this water outlet bolt, but this is kind of crusty. So I'm gonna hit it with the grinder a little bit just to make sure I have clearance, because I don't want that to crack something. So I ended up taking that bolt out the bottom water outlet for the back of the head. He sent me some instructions for it, and I couldn't find them with a quick search on my phone. Then my phone died, so I just took the bottom bolt out. If I remember correctly, you're supposed to mill like the lower tab and then put a shorter bolt in it and then in clear. Obviously there's clearance there. Kind of crappy lighting, but you can see there's some clearance there. So if I cut a little bit off that bottom tab and then put a shorter bolt in, it'd probably be fine. Alright guys, so I think I filmed all of this. I do have to notch where the starter goes because the starter is going to be interference fit with this section of the case. Don't even have a ring gear or anything in there to worry about that right now anyways, so we're just doing mock-up. So I'm going to worry about that later. I'm going to go back in with the car. I actually got the wrong mount. I got the 2-bolt one for a manual transmission. I don't know how I missed that. I kind of actually thought that the Stifler mount took that one, but by the spacer plates that it has, it doesn't. So I have to get a different one tomorrow. They're like $5, but I'll get it tomorrow on Sunday. We'll continue there. Alright guys, so I might have skipped a little bit of filming. My GoPro died, so we'll just catch you up. It's in there. I do have it setting on a couple pieces of like 1/2-inch plywood down there, just so that's as bottom of clearance as I can get. Looks pretty nice. It's a lot more roomier with a 20-degree angle. As you can see, I can still, you know, have pretty much drive a semi down that. So plan is to have the turbo sit here. I was in between getting something that's off the shelf manifold, but a lot of guys run a T3 setup on these, and T4 is a little more expensive. And for the cheaper ones, I think I could build a better manifold, so I might just build a mild steel manifold. Or if I feel really lucky, maybe I'll try stainless again, but I usually get too impatient for stainless. I got all sorts of room over here. My intake's over there. I would set it on there, but as you can see back there's all sorts of room in the trans tunnel. Starter will be easy access to get to right there. I'll show you guys the underside of it. Hopefully you guys can see. I can't really see what the camera sees, but as you can see, my blocks are put up. I've got clearance underneath the oil pan here. The cross member is the lowest thing up compared to like the engine or trans right now. I'll show you the trans cross member here. Hopefully you guys can see that. That's a Stifler's cross member, and that's the spacers that they recommend running with the Power Glide. So my plan is I could probably go up another spacer here, which isn't what they recommend, but I'm going to measure my drive shaft angle and see if it's close to where I want it. If it's not where I want it, then I'm going to go up. I think that'll help me get under the hood with this engine. I'm real close to being able to fit everything under the hood, but as you can see, it's just barely going to poke through on a stock hood. Now the hood that came on this car is a kind of botched up cowl induction setup, but I was planning to run a cowl induction hood on it. I don't think I have a picture of the one that I want, but I'm sure I'll show it eventually. It's, I think, a Fiber Trends Capri hood, and I'm hoping that'll work for that. If not, I can raise, like I was saying, the trans up a little bit, and that'll help this go down a bit. I can get offset rack mounts, but that'll mess with my bump steer. I don't really want to do that. Let me throw the turbo in there for size reference. As I said earlier, this is the old style billet 7875 that I had on my Valiant before. I'll probably end up turning it, but it's just sitting in there so that I can clear the exhaust on the strut tower and go around and then down. But that's kind of the tentative plan. Hopefully you guys like it. I'll be back on this car. I honestly don't know when. We got to finish this car. This car needs to get dynoed soon. I haven't been touching it other than the front end stuff. I need to start ordering parts for it and get it done. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you liked the video, leave me a like, comment what you'd like to see, and subscribe, follow me for the next videos. Appreciate all the support. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next video.